Republicans want to do is bad. But at least these guys are, hey, here's our proposal, which we then have to vote on. Elon's like, no, I'm an authoritarian God King dictator, and I just illegally hacked the Treasury and illegally hacked a bunch of government agencies. And oh, look at that, I dismantled the Department of Education unconstitutionally. How you like them apples? So not only are they coming for Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security through the budgetary process, but also take a look at this. Newsweek. Elon Musk issues major Social Security warning. Billionaire Elon Musk said there is widespread fraud taking place in the payment of federal entitlements like Social Security. By the way, let's be clear, he's lying. He's lying.
Okay.
He's given a couple anecdotes. Oh, we looked through the code and it turns out, oh, you mean you illegally were looking through the code? And some people are 150 years old and they're getting Social Security checks. Really? Do you have any evidence to present to this effect at all? Do you understand the first fucking...
Was this the same truth he told when he said that 50 million in condoms was sent to Hamas? You know that lie? And then he was in the Oval Office saying, yeah, I made a mistake. No, bitch. You keep on purposefully making a mistake. Lying to people. So that you can do what you want to do. Let's listen.
Thing about how this actually works? My guess is no, right? Because he's lied about everything else. So why would he tell the truth about this? He's looking for ways to illegally make cuts to these programs more. Social Security benefits are paid to more than 70 million Americans on a monthly basis and help form the bedrock of income for many retirees, survivors of deceased claimants, and disabled people. Musk, who was selected by President Donald Trump to head up the non-official DOGE, has been tasked with streamlining government processes and cutting spending. Okay, look, Newsweek, get your shit together. This is not how you describe it. He has illegally hacked into our government systems, and on a daily basis, he's doing things which are totally unauthorized. Don't talk about it like it's just another thing. This is normalizing it. But critics have raised alarm about an unelected official gaining access to the payment records and personal details of Americans. Oh, you don't say. Musk wrote on X on February 11th. Ready? At this point, I am 100% certain that the magnitude of the fraud in federal entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability, etc., exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard by far, and it's not even close. Not only is this a lie, this is an egregious lie. You want to know the reality? You want to know where there's fraud in any of these systems? So Medicare has a private aspect to it, Medicare Part D. That's where all the fraud is. When you get these for-profit actors as a middleman who overcharge the government and make way more profit, that's where the fraud is. For everything that's actually public, way lower fraud. For everything, once you get private business involved, which is what Medicare Part D is, that's the fraud. So if Elon was being honest and he was like, oh yeah, we're going after waste, fraud, and abuse, well then the thing he would say, oh, all the fraud is in Medicare Part D. We should have never privatized this. We should have left it with original Medicare all along. He's not going to do that. You know he's not going to do that. I know he's not going to do that. Want to know why? He's a robber baron. And he wants to do mass privatization of everything. He wants to Medicare Part D-ify every area of government. So him and his robber baron buddies can get a cut of it. That's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing. It follows another post from February 8th in which Musk said he was told there are currently over $100 billion per year of entitlement payments to individuals with no Social Security number or even temporary ID number. I literally cannot, I don't have the words to properly explain to you just how much of a...
So let's connect the dots. Let's connect the dots. This is the setup, right? He's claiming that these people are illegally taking money out of the system. And then in the other corner of their mouths are saying, especially when it comes to I'm not going to say especially, but an example, transgender women, if you don't have your legal birth name and Social Security with your legal birth name, you're exempt. So just know that. That's one example. They're also saying that, I'm going to give a bunch of different scenarios, okay? Then they're also saying that women aren't legal if they get married. This is another example. because it's all of this is they're all unisexually connecting, right? Are saying that women that are married that change their name from their birth name can't really prove, they can't prove that they're a citizen. They can't prove that the Social Security that they have matches the name that they gained when they got married, ... And then there's some more aspects. So now what they're trying to do, especially with the Constitution and rewording or trying to reword the Constitution and make it so certain people are not noticed as being citizens, like Black Americans, women in general. Get where I'm going with this? So he's claiming this is where the fraud is. See, this is where the setup is. This is where the partial setup is and what they're planning. So all the American citizens that paid into all their Social Security and worked their whole life, my mom included, she's been married. She was married to my dad and she remarried 29 years of their marriage after they got divorced. She remarried and her new husband, they've been married about the same amount of time, if not more. She's in her 80s, okay? So they're going to say, and her husband, let me just say, he's Filipino, and he worked the moment he got here. He worked for 20-something years at one of the hotels. So let me just say, this is where the setup is. So this is where Elon's going to say that these people, and by the way, he's a citizen. He went and got his paperwork. He did all the stuff, you know, the quote unquote legal stuff. And they're going to say, and he's going to say, this is the setup, that these citizens, these senior citizens on Medicare, Medicaid, on Social Security are frauds. Do you get where I'm going with this? Do you get what the setup is? Not to mention, if you don't fucking wake up now, especially the elderly people that voted for Trump, and you think they got your back, you need to really, I know that this is a lot of you're not used to people manipulating like this. You're not used to people not saying what they mean and meaning what they say, but these people lie right through their teeth. As much as they say the deep state, the deep state, the deep state, this what Elon is doing, he's deep state. He is exactly what they were speaking on. When somebody points their finger, as much as Trump has done, this is what narcissists do. They tell on themselves. Everything they say somebody else is doing, that's what they're doing. When they talk about stealing elections, that's what they did. When they talk about they're going to lower prices, no, he wasn't about to lower prices. And when he came in on his first presidency, he was skating through for several years behind what Obama did. That's what happened. So these people lie through their teeth, and I hope senior citizens realize how serious this is about to get, because they're about to get cut off. Younger people kind of know how to hustle. They're used to this manipulation, but the elderly, they're not. They're not used to this type of manipulation, especially white elderly Americans.